Hi, I'm Lara Nicosia, the Outreach Librarian for History and Religion and Classics at the University of Rochester, and these are my 5 quick tips for successful searching in America History and Life and Historical Abstracts. America History and Life is a database focused on the history and culture of the U.S. and Canada, whereas Historical Abstracts is focused on world history from the 15th century through present. Both databases can be accessed through the library's homepage by selecting Databases from the drop-down menu and searching for the database title. Because both databases are available through EBSCO, they're going to look very similar, but they're searching different content. The nice thing, though, is that the search tips that apply to one of these databases apply to the others as well. So let's get started. Tip 1. Be specific and strategic about your search. This is a tip that can apply to almost any library database. The more thought you put into your search before you start, the better your search results are going to be. One thing to think about is how you want to break your search down into different search concepts. The way I conceptualize this is think about your research question and try to explain it to somebody in 3 words, maybe 4 words or less. Those are your big and main search ideas. So here I started with the idea of Puritans, but I started to think about, am I interested in a specific geography or a specific time period, or maybe is there a subtopic or theme? And I came up with the idea of wanting things on the Puritans of New England and their education system. So those were sort of my main ideas, and I broke that search into these 3 different search boxes. The reason I broke them into the different search boxes is this word "and" over here in the database is combining these 3 terms using the word "and" to say I need things that talk about all 3 of these topics. If it doesn't talk about each one of these, I am not interested because it's not on the topic that I'm researching. You can take this one step further. So here in this example, I added in some "ors." And what the "ors" are doing are saying that, I wanted to talk about New England, but if it talks about Massachusetts, that's okay too. Or if instead of education, it uses the term school, that would be relevant to me as well. Use "and" "or" to explain to the database how your search terms relate to each other. And remember to come up with these related terms. The more related terms you have, the more search results you're going to get. Tip 2. Use the historical period limit to set your search to a specific moment in time. So here, for instance, I'm searching for resources on veterans and land grants or entitlements. If I'm particularly interested in this topic in the wake of the American Revolution, and I'm not really interested in resources focused on other wars such as the Civil War, I can scroll down on my main search page and limit to a particular historical period. So here, for example, I've chosen to limit my search to results that are relevant through 1799. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to get anything back about the Civil War, but anything that I get back should at some point talk about my topic through 1799. Tip 3. Limit your search by source type. Once you've run your search, if you scroll down, on the left-hand side, you'll see an option for different source types. The 2 most common ones to use are academic journals and books. Dissertations and conference papers can also be useful, particularly if you're looking for new research coming out in a particular area or something that's really specific or focused. The one thing to remember with using source type is if you select any of these options, you are going to eliminate some of the book reviews that are in your search results. Book reviews are great sources, particularly if you're trying to find books that might be relevant to your topic. So while the source type filter is super helpful, you want to also be sure to scope out some of the book reviews before you choose to apply that limit. Tip 4. Use the tools in the database and the library's website to connect to the full text of the articles and books that you need. America History and Life and Historical Abstracts are really indexing and abstract databases, meaning the full text to articles does not live in these databases themselves. Instead, what you want to look for is this option where items are either linked to full text. If you click on these, they should take you right to the article. Or look for this red Find Text at UR option. If you click on that, it's going to search all of our different holdings to see if we have a copy of that article in one of our databases. If you're taken to a screen like this that prompts you to log in, it means that we likely don't have a copy of this article in our collection. But that's okay. If you log in, there'll be an option for you to request the article for free through a service called Interlibrary Loan. We can still get you what you need. Finally, for book reviews, the easiest thing to do is to copy the title of the book, return to the library's homepage, choose Library Catalog from the drop-down, and search for the title of the book. So in this case, you'll see we actually have a copy of this book in our collection, and it is currently available in the Rushtree stacks. Tip 5. Use the records in the database to find other sources on your topic. When you're scrolling through your list of results, if you see an article that looks relevant to your topic, be sure to click on the title of that article. It's going to take you to an abstract or description of the article, and it's going to give you a few different tools you can use to find other resources that might be of interest. One of these is the subject terms. The subject terms are sort of like tags that are assigned to the articles to capture what the article is about. So if this article is on your topic, it's likely that these subject terms are going to point to other articles that are on your topic. So for example, in this case, I might want to point to something like elite and Russia, because I'm looking for things on the Russian aristocracy. If I click on that, I'll find other articles that were tagged the same way. Over on the left-hand side, there's also an option for cited references. You're not going to see this for every source, but for some of the items in the database, if you click on cited references, it's actually going to take me to the bibliography for this article, and it's going to give me that great red find text at UR option so that I can easily connect to these different sources. Remember, I'm always happy to answer questions about these databases. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Happy researching!